Hi, so welcome to Catholic Nest UK. So our video today is going to be Tea with the Saints. So it's basically like a poetry tea time, but with a Catholic tweak. So we do poetry tea times quite regularly in our with our home ed, but sometimes it's nice to change it up and do it a little bit differently. So it's basically a fancy lunch or a fancy afternoon tea with some stories and poems of the saints, so we can learn a bit about their faith as we do it. So the books we're using for our tea time with the saints are these. So we've got a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old. So this is my 4-year-old. Has this little board book, Cloud of Witnesses. So she can just tell us about one of them as she's not reading. I've got this nice one, My First Book of Saints. It's not too much, it's just a little chunk. Lovely illustrations. This is one of my favourites for the younger children. So that'll be for my 6-year-old. I thought this was quite good for today, as it's just little chunks. Saintly Rhymes for Modern Times. They're just little sort of rhymey poems about the saints, so I'll let my 9-year-old do this one. So for example, let's find a little short one. Holy Saint Gianna, doctor, mother, wife, showed us all the value of every human life. As a children's doctor, she healed illnesses and hurts, and as a loving mother, she put her children first. So that's just a little snippets, which is perfect for tea time with the saints. And then this is a newer one. I haven't read much from it yet. Illustrated Lives of the Saints, but a lovely book with lots and lots and lots of stories. So my 10-year-old can choose one and read it aloud for us. So it'll be like a poetry tea time, but with saints stories and rhymes instead. So we'll learn a little bit about the saints as we enjoy our sandwiches and cake. We'll see how it goes.
He smelled like fragrant flowers and could float above the ground. He shared the wounds of tears, heard confession night and day. He told us never worry, just don't forget to pray.
Very good. So for this afternoon we're going to do a bit of art. So sometimes we like to, when the weather's nice, it's a nice spring morning like today, we'll like to take it outside. So I've set up the easel with some soft pastels. And they can take turns to come out and do a bit of art. If they're all keen, we can put out a blanket and use our A3 clipboards and to all have a go. I'm going to put out this couple of books as well as a bit of inspiration. We have a few Thomas Locker books and they're really nice for art inspiration. Aside from using actual artist books, these are our most used books. They're just really nice landscape pictures and they can inspire different art mediums. So they're going to use pastels today, which are quite sort of smoky and soft, so these books are perfect. This is the Cloud Dance one, Mountain Dance. We've also got Sky Tree and Water Dance, I think it's called. So lots of lovely pictures. They do actually have sort of an educational base, but they're quite simple and artistic with it. So they're really nice as a support book as well in unit studies on those topics. So some of the children will use them, some will probably have their own ideas, so I'm just going to put them on the table inside the door here for options then. So we have A3 clipboards that we use for art, either taking on field trips for art excursions or just using in the garden more often than not. So the ones who are impatient to do it and want to go with the pastels, in the meantime they can just do some drawing on the big rug in the garden.